High five that
That's
bad boy.
awesome. And we still don't have that golden play button. Let's gong it.
Let's gong that.
Let's dip this thing in gold and let that be our golden play button. I'm excited, man. This is a big deal because I don't know. I've been making YouTube videos since I was 12 years old, man, and I've never, ever got close to anything with any channel I've worked with to 1 million. So this was a big deal. Very happy.
It was really cool. It was, I think, Thanksgiving morning when we woke up.
It was Thanksgiving morning.
We had gotten the news, and but what's really cool is that everybody in the Tuesday stream gets to also be a part of that.
It was very fun, and you know what? That was really cool that everyone was part of this. So
yeah, man.
We really couldn't have done it without you. I mean, literally, the only reason we are here is because of you guys. You guys made this happen. You guys are the subscribers and the viewers and the watchers. So that's good, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. So got a good show for you guys today. We're going to be doing some style consultations. We're going to be talking about the benefits of beards because No Shave November is almost over, man.
Yeah, man. How's your No Shave November going?
Well, I failed No Shave November because I did the cheeks and I had Ricky do my neckline because I was getting a little homely.
I don't think you failed.
See, that's where we differ.
So there's the naturalist approach.
Absolutely. And then there's the Jack Malacco, fuck it, I'm going to do my own rules.
So I did the naturalist approach, but I think if you are trimming at least just the neckline and the cheek line, that you still could qualify for No Shave November.
I think so, because I think with a lot of it, it's the same thing as growing a beard. I wouldn't naturally just grow a beard out and not cut it.
Right.
That's not part of my system.
Yeah.
I really enjoy shaving parts of my face, so I had to keep that in there.
I would still say you did it. I'd say you accomplished it.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you set out to do. If you have set out to grow your beard for the full 30 days and take on the challenge without cutting any trimming or any maintenance, then kudos. But if you joined in on the challenge and you took the approach where you were trimming up your neckline or your cheek line and you didn't cut anything for growth, I would say you still qualified. I think really the more important thing is having conversation.
And that's what I did, and that's what was good.
Creating dialogue and being able to create a moment with somebody where you talk about, hey man, this is why I've decided to grow a beard or I decided to grow a mustache. It's really about the conversation.
And that was nice, especially I was out in San Diego, if you can't tell, last week, and I was able to have that conversation with a lot of my family. They're like, why would you grow this gigantic beard and then go right back into it? Well, I said, I signed up with Movember on the 31st of October, and so I guess technically under that circumstance, I am still doing Movember.
There you go.
The mustache, as tiny as it is still coming in. Nothing like yours, man. That thing is getting wicked. I like that. Thanks. I like that it's got the points now. I like that.
It's starting to get to the point where it's got points, and it's. I had a head start though. I had at least 2 months already.
Yeah, you were working on that.
I was working on it, and now I'm going for actually at the end of November will be 3 months. Because last week some guys were asking, so it'll be 3 months, and then I'm set to go for another 3 months after that without any trimming. So
you're going for the full situation.
I'm going for the full,
I'm excited to see how that.
I'm going back for the full glory. I used to rock a big mustache about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, when we met, you had quite a big one.
Yeah, and I used to keep it real trim, but I'm going to change it up this time and do something different.
Right on, man. I'm looking forward to that. So, guys, hang on to that thought as we move into some style consultations, but we will address more No Shave November things, and we will talk about the benefits of the beard. By the way, if you guys did not know, we have, the giveaway down in the description if you guys want to jump in on that. We're still doing the same rules as we did last week, right? I didn't
so we were trying something out where we're just testing something to see if it would work differently, and it proved that it didn't. So what we're doing now is there is a link in the description where you can enter your name, and then at the 2:45 mark Central Standard Time, so 45 minutes into the stream podcast, we will close that up. So drop your name, enter for the drawing. The cool thing is, Jack, is you don't have to stick around to
We're not holding them to that anymore.
But if you want to, we would encourage you to stick around to find out if you won. Otherwise, we'll shoot you a note and let you know that you were the winner.
Absolutely. We'll give it to your email. $50 to the Beardbrand website.
Yeah.
3 of them. All right? You don't win all 3. You win one of those 3, okay? Dude, let's do some style consultations.
Let's jump into it.
Let's talk about some style. Oh, my gosh. I look at the comments and everyone's losing their mind.
About what?
Apparently my girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I'm saying I'm your work husband.
Oh, well, that's okay. Love you too. All right, let's do it.
I'm happy with being just your work brother, man.
All right, I'll take that. Yeah, work brother. We film stuff together. All right.
And then Brian's my work dad.
Brian is work dad.
There you go.
He's everyone's work dad.
Yeah.
Everybody's work dad.
He's actually our work uncle.
Yeah, I was going to say he's more like a work uncle.
Yeah.
I like how everyone in the comments probably like, who are these people?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you ready for style consultation?
I am ready for style consultations. Let's bring them on. All right.
So let me just kind of warm us up here, Josh, if that's okay. For those of you tuning in for the first time, or if you're listening to this by way of podcast, this is a live stream that we host on Tuesdays. And what we will do now is go into the style portion of the show where Jack and myself will share some commentary. Guys will send in their photos and let us know a couple of things. 1, their age. 2, what they're working with. And 3, what they're growing for or what their goal is. If you want to be featured on the live stream or in this podcast, send your photo and those 3 things over to style@beardbrand.com.
Style@beardbrand.com. It's over yonder. So, all right.
Take it away.
Let's rock and roll, dude. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to describe this gentleman here, and then Sylvester will offer his style consultation. Then with the next one, he will do the description, and I will start the style consultation. All right.
All right, ready for me to read?
But before all that, Josh is going to read the email. I leave for 1 week, and I forget all the rules.
I know. It's all good. It's all good.
We are now a story time.
I swear, it's like a damn football game. I forget all the rules.
Hi, team. I'm a 28-year-old guy starting a corporate job very soon.
Okay.
As you can tell from my picture, my formal style needs some work.
Okay.
I live in Australia, which is very tropical. Could you please help me up my formal style game? Thanks, Ken.
Man, I like Ken's
formal style game.
I like Ken's style.
Dude, Ken has a great style.
I was going to say, formal style. I'm a little bit bummed with what we're going to have to do with this.
When I was looking through all the images, this is it, Chief.
This is a good picture. I really like Ken's style. So let me describe Ken real quick. And I'm saying that right, Ken?
Ken.
Okay, cool. Thank God. I was like, wait, was his name Ben? Anyway, okay, so Ken is a strapping young man of 28 years old. He is rocking what I would call a glorious head of hair. I'm talking all the way down to his shoulders. He looks like he's got a little bit of Asian descent in him. He's wearing keyhole frame glasses, and he's rocking what I would call, I'd say this is kind of a variation of the Van Dyke facial hairstyle. So he's got a mustache that comes down over his lip. Not real thick, but comes down nicely. It looks like it's trimmed up. And the goatee is a little bit longer, comes down. There's no cheek hair that I can see in this picture, and he's wearing a scoop neck t-shirt, okay? And I think that's it. All right.
Yeah, man.
Let's roll. So, I just want to get to this consultation. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. I have a couple of thoughts for you, Ken and Jack. Feel free to chime in,
absolutely.
too. It's, I like when we
we have our differing opinions in this.
Man, dude, first of all, I got to say, literally, killer style.
Yeah, man, I agree.
If it were up to me, I probably wouldn't change anything.
That's what I was going to say.
I would not change a bit.
Yeah.
And if you're moving into a job, I don't know that you necessarily have to go formal, because when I hear the word formal, I think tuxedo, bow tie, formal wear.
Yep.
And I think what you need to do is maybe move into more or try to transition into more of a professional setting. And there's not a lot of details to work with here.
No.
But one of the things that you could do is consider pulling back your hair. So putting it into a ponytail. Mm-hmm. Maybe use some sea salt spray.
Okay.
Or maybe even use maybe some utility balm or even some oil, depending on how the texture of your hair is and how oily your skin gets. Maybe use a little bit of product to kind of just give it a little bit of weight and then tie it down. Mm-hmm. As far as the mustache and the beard style go, I think the key to pulling off any professional look or even informal wear, depending on who you're talking to, is 2 things. 1, keeping good maintenance.
Absolutely.
So maintaining the line there on your mustache, as you so eloquently already are.
I was going to say, Ken's got that under control.
Yeah, and it does look like you might be keeping the sides pretty short, so I would continue doing that. Mm-hmm. And like I said, man, this to me seems professional.
It does.
In my mind's eye. Of course, you could go full Matthew McConaughey and show up in a tuxedo and not even trim or even care about your neckline or your
have an episode about that.
You could totally do that too. I think so. That's the first aspect of it, but the second aspect of pulling off of a professional look, on top of keeping everything neat and clean, right?
Okay.
Maybe pulling the hair back, or throw some sea salt spray and let it loose like you have it now.
Okay.
Because that'll be really nice for that length of hair. Is really it's an inner confidence thing, Jack.
Yeah.
It's really just knowing your value, knowing what you're worth, and trusting that, and showing up and being confident it's kind of like, don't let the clothes, the hair, and the beard style wear you.
Right.
You wear that. It's the person beneath the beard, it's the person beneath the hair, and the person beneath the style that really that kind of differentiates you from the crowd and kind of helps separate you on top of the appearance naturally.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the other aspect of it is the intangible side of it that I would encourage you to focus on.
Which is that confidence.
Is that confidence.
That's well said, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much think you nailed it with everything I was going to say. That's rare. You know, we kind of have different opinions these days, but man, that's what I was going to say down to a T. So Ken, I hope that does give you what you are looking for, and hey, good luck with your new job, man. I'd killer style. Remember, there's that confidence. Okay.
Gong 'em?
Gong 'em. Excellent. Ooh, subtle gong.
Nice little
All
subtle
right.
gong.
Something that I was thinking about while you were talking about Ken.
Can we get you on the camera real quick?
Sure, I will position myself where that's easier for me to do.
So it's not like the incorporeal voice.
Yeah.
The ghost of Josh.
So what I was thinking is that he can potentially wear a hat. It's like maybe a Stetson or...
Oh, I thought you meant like what I was wearing. Like
no, not like a ball cap. Like a fancier, like a more intentional
like
hat.
what Sylvester wears.
Yeah, like I was looking at Sly and I was thinking like, and imagining him in a hat. And there's no rules against not wearing a hat in the business place. Mm-hmm. So I think he could definitely rock that if he's looking to maybe have a day where he's controlling his hair, or if you feel like your hair is kind of like limiting you in some form or fashion. Mm-hmm. I don't think you should cut it. I think you should be more intentional with how you're styling it, and that can either be with sea salt spray, as they both mentioned, or with a hat like a Stetson, or one of the other plethora of hats that Sylvester owns.
I think a hat could also elevate the style a little bit. So I would agree with that statement.
Excellent.
Good recommendation, Josh.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. On to the next one.
Here we go.
Dope. Here he comes.
Maybe.
Coming next. There he is.
Bam!
Hey. Man after your own style.
Is that me?
I was like, Sylvester? Oh, we had me on last week. I was like, are you guys messing with me? All right.
Oh, I love it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Who is this, Josh?
This is Omid.
What's up, Omid?
Omid.
Omid.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hi, guys. First, I want to say that I appreciate your work and appreciate your work greatly, and I really think it makes it easier for us to all grow beards when knowing that there's an entire community with people that can relate to everything regarding beards.
That's good.
So on to me.
Okay.
I'm reading the email.
Thank you.
I'm 20 and a half years old from Sweden with Iranian parents.
Okay, don't mind me. I'm just putting someone in timeout.
I've grown the beard for 1.5 months, and I'm growing it natural for at least 6 months before maybe going for the Malakovian beard.
Hey, my man. I almost put Eric in timeout.
I barely trim my neck and pluck my neckline.
Okay. Whoa. That's bold.
Ouch.
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's dicey. Okay.
I keep my head shaven despite having normal hair growth
All
with
right.
a 5 head, which isn't a problem. I like the simplicity of the shaven head. Well, there you go, bud.
Oh, okay.
There's no reason for my eyebrow cuts except that I think they look cool. That's fair.
Okay.
I will start curling my stash whenever it gets long enough. So on to what I think of the growth. This is a long email. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's good. No,
I like the density of my stash, jaws, cheek, and lower chin.
Okay.
I don't like the density of my soul patch and that my stash and soul patch don't connect to the beard.
Okay.
What do you think I should do to the beard after 6 months? Okay. I'm not sure if it will look good with such a weak growth at the lower lip area. Thank you very much for your consultation and keep up the good work. Best regards, Omid.
Okay.
So 20 and a half years old. He's been growing for a month and a half, right?
Yes.
All right.
Wow,
cool.
this is a month and a half.
Cool.
Good deal.
So I'll take the style consult here. The description.
That is. Yeah, absolutely.
And so Omid, as he alluded in his note, is kind of a light complexion skin. But with very, very jet black hair, very dark hair.
Very thick.
The thing about Omid, as he mentioned, is he does have a receding hairline, but he's not completely bald. He's kind of rocking what I actually wear on a regular basis. So it looks like he's got like
he does kind of look like you.
A number one maybe on top, so it's very, very buzz cut. But he might be doing that all the way around. I like to fade mine on the side.
Okay.
So he's got a one all the way around, so very short buzz cut all the way around. And then, as he mentioned, he has got about a month and a half into his journey, and you can see that clearly from my perspective. But he does have stronger growth in the mustache and in the chin area, and then it does look it's not patchy, but it just doesn't grow in as thick. There's not a lot of density.
Thinner. Yeah, it's thinner in that cheek area.
Yeah, and then he is maybe listening to some Jay-Z because he's got his earphones hanging off his ear. We're rocking a gold chain, which I like, and then a white T-shirt. And one thing I think is we want to point out, as he mentioned as well, is he is shaving lines into his eyebrow.
I see that more and more nowadays.
So, cool. Take it away.
Dig it. All right, man. So, Omid, 20 and a half years old, looking for some advice on the beard as it approaches its 6-month mark, even though I know this is only a month and a half. I've got some thoughts. So I don't know if you noticed this, I keep looking over at you, Sylvester, because I noticed you guys have not only similar growth patterns, but you've got similar styles, you know?
Yeah.
And so, Omid, if I could encourage you to use anyone as your style role model, it would be Sylvester, because Sylvester's rocking his style, and he rocks it well, man. So I would suggest for you, man, is to grow out that mustache and let that be the anchor point, because right now I can see that that's already the strongest point of the beard. Yeah. It's coming in thick, and it's coming in dark, which is cool. So immediately that's where the eye is drawn. What I would, however, mention for you to do is make sure you're keeping an eye on that neckline. Whether or not that means you got to bust out the clippers and, run a 4-guard or even a 6-guard if you're, want to let it get a little bit longer, make sure you are keeping that under control, because as it grows out, that's going to become the biggest part if you don't keep an eye on it. And that's not really where you want the eye to go. I would suggest that you let the mustache become the biggest part and keep an eye on everything else as it grows in, because it's only going to get thicker and it's only going to get bigger, but you want that mustache to be the thing that takes over. So if you want another example of this, Eric Banholtz's beard stash that he's rocked in the past is a good one. Even Jeff Boncristiano did a beard stash back in the day.
Yeah.
That might be a good example for that. Of course, Omid has a mustache gap, which Jeff doesn't, and it looks like he's got a little bit less real estate with the mustache to work with. I don't think it's going to get nearly as big as Jeff's, or even not as big as Eric's. But, just use those as role models. And then, again, always look to Sylvester for that style.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course.
Very kind.
Yeah.
I would echo, kind of the same thoughts as yourself, Jack, is really focus. The thing with patchy beards, or the thing with guys, like, again, I categorize myself into a patchy beard. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a badge of honor these days.
But you know what? As it grows out, I don't even see them anymore.
Yeah, you can do one of two things, Omid. Is you're a month and a half in. I would recommend that you set a goal for another month and a half. So full term, 3 months at least. That's 90 days.
And he's going for that 6 months.
And he's going for the 6 months. So I would recommend, once you get to the 90-day mark, is put yourself out to 120 days. Okay. At the 120-day mark, you're really going to get an idea for what you're actually able to grow.
Yeah, that's when
and you
really
can make
kicks
the decision. If it were me, I would stick the journey, stay the course, and go the full 6 months. If you can get away without trimming it, I don't know if you're cleaning up around the lip area, which it does look like in the photo you sent over, but I would just say grow out what you can without any kind of trimming. If you're able to, get to the full 120 days and then decide, hey, I want to stick it out for the next 120 days or the next 90 days or at least the next 30 days.
Yeah, just stick it out.
And just take it 1 month at a time. But yeah, man, I think you should focus on the areas that grow the strongest, which for yourself would be the mustache. And there's so many different kinds of styles you can rock. Yeah. So
again, I think he's doing it right. And we will actually kind of speak to that idea of getting past your first 30 days and then assessing the situation in our special topic. So I'm actually excited about that.
Yeah.
Right on. All right.
Shall we gong them?
Let's gong them. Ooh, nice. All right. On to the next one.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
All right. Hey, there he is.
That's a smile.
He sent in a few more photos, but they were like a little blurry and they were just like
no worries.
Just the mouth. I feel like this does a better job of like kind of showing his full style, both beard and hair.
Okay.
Even if it is like pretty zoomed in.
Yeah. So normally, what you're saying, Josh, is these guys will send in like 2 or 3 pictures, but you will pick what you figure is the best one for us to look at.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. That works.
How I decide.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I think people had asked that before. Cool. So who do we have here?
I am the image czar.
Image czar. Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Known as Chris.
Yeah.
Hi guys. My name is Chris.
Hey Chris.
And I'm 17. I was gonna say 19. That's
holy cow.
Damn.
Right. Yeah.
What is in the water these days? Everyone's looking older than they are.
What are you boys drinking?
What are you boys drinking? Is it soy? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey guys, my name is Chris, and I'm 17. I've been able to grow this amount of facial hair for about a year now.
Okay.
And currently have about a month and a half of growth.
Okay, so similar to Omid. Okay.
But as you can see by the photos,
yep,
my cheeks don't fully come in yet. I was wondering if y'all had any recommendations on whether I should try another style to make my beard look fuller, or wait it out and see if my cheeks can come in.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much, and tell Jack I love his Yeared series.
Oh, well, thanks, Chris. I appreciate that.
Chris likes loves your Yeared series.
I know. Josh just said he did. That's fine. All right.
Twice today.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna describe Chris for us, and then Sylvester. We will kind of.
Cool, man.
Cool. And this is our last one of the day, is it not, Josh?
There's one more.
Okay. Well, we'll see. As we approach that 3:30 mark, we'll kind of assess the situation. Okay.
Cool.
Good deal. All right. So Chris is somewhere. Can I get that picture again, Josh? Sorry. All right. Chris is a strapping young man of 17 years old. Looks a lot older, though. Very mature face. And I'm not meaning to say old or anything like that. I'm just saying mature.
In a good way.
Mature for his age, right? When we're talking about guys, they like to be called mature, okay? Anyway, so Chris, like I said, 17 years old, full head of hair, long, thick hair, actually, in kind of almost like a 60s style side parted. It doesn't look like there's any product in there right now. And if there is, it's something really natural, maybe just a little bit of clay or something like that. In terms of the beard, he's saying he's got about a month and a half of growth. And man, this is some serious growth for 17 years old. I don't know what it is. I used to think I was hot as shit back in high school when I was looking at my pictures. And I'm looking at these guys that we see on here, and I'm going, huh. Okay, maybe I didn't have such great growth. That's anyway, awesome. Chris is a guy who is very fortunate or follically blessed, right? Thinner mustache, but it doesn't look like there's any real patches in there. Can I go back to that picture real quick, Josh? Sorry about that. No, the other one. He did send another one that only I can see, but you guys do not get to see. So there we go. This is actually a good one of his zoomed-in beard. Mustache sits above the lips. It's not growing over there, but that's pretty typical for anyone under 20 years old. Unless you've got some insane real estate up there on the upper lip, you're not really going to see the mustache go over the lip at the beginning. Thinner cheeks, but nothing patchy. I mean, it looks like it's pretty dense right now. I'd say he's rocking similar to what I have right now in terms of that, that sort of short, close-cut beard, that you normally would see after about a month. And that is, like I said, I can't get over the fact that this is really dense for someone his age, okay? And then again, with this style, it looks like he's wearing either a uniform or a button-down shirt and a track jacket over it. Maybe a school uniform. I don't know. It looks like he's in high school in this picture. All right, let's go.
Yeah, so, man, Chris, dude, 17 years old.
Yep.
And I would say you're doing a pretty damn good job.
Absolutely.
I want to point out just a couple things. One, the neckline is you're keeping really good maintenance of that neckline. So keep doing whatever you're doing. I don't know if you're going to a barber, if you're doing this on your own. If you're doing this on your own, man, I got a hand clap to you because you're doing it pretty good. And then as far as I would probably maybe clean up the cheek line a little bit, not bring it down, but just bring it to where it naturally forms that line. I think that's going to aid a little bit in making it look fuller and a little bit more dense. Okay. The other thing that I would recommend is grabbing a couple of products, okay? One, I probably would go for Utility Balm. For your length of beard, I think it will work. Yeah. Plus, you can take any excess, and I like in the morning to get out of the shower and rub it into my arms, into my elbows. Like a lotion, yeah, and I rub it into the sides of my chest. It makes me smell great throughout the day. Or at least I can smell myself throughout the day.
I can smell myself.
Yeah. And so Utility Balm will be one of your best friends. The other thing I would recommend you do is get a boar's hair brush. Okay. Because the natural hairs on a boar's hair brush, for sure, our boar's hair brush.
Yeah, I was going to say ours.
Is not a synthetic material, but it's going to, if you brush that lightly, number one, it's going to train the hairs to grow in the direction you want them to grow in. Yep. Two, it's also going to exfoliate your skin or get the blood circulating underneath the skin.
Sort of like wake up that skin.
And then sort of wake that skin up. I mean, keep in mind, man, you are 17 years old, okay? Yeah. So as you grow and as you age, and I mean, your beard is going to look different at 21 than it does right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to look different at 18 than it does at 17.
That's the awesome part about
which is crazy. When you're young. For me, my beard didn't come in, or my mustache really, the genetics didn't really start to kick in until I was about 27. That's wild, man. And so I say that to say you've got a head start on the game.
Yeah, he's got a good future
ahead of you, man. So boar's hair brush, Utility Balm, and then the other thing to help make your beard look fuller or more thick that a lot of people really just kind of tend to neglect is maintaining a healthy diet. Now, you may already be doing this, but maintain a healthy diet. Get get a lot of biotin. You can find that they sell it in supplement form, but you can also find it naturally in greens.
I'm more of a natural guy myself, yeah.
Me too. Natural greens, cashews, almonds, things like that.
Dark leafy greens, get some of that kale.
And then exercise, man. Make it a point to sweat for 30 minutes at least every single day of the rest of your entire life. Plan to sweat at least for 30 minutes.
And I'm not talking like going up the stairs.
Yeah, no, it means like get on a treadmill or go outside. Find a hobby with that you love and you enjoy with exercising where you're going to sweat because that is also going to help get some of that testosterone flowing.
I mean, there's a reason you see like dudes in the movies that have like those big, massive, like awesome beards. There's a reason they're like fit, you know?
Yeah.
You don't see some dude who's like not taking care of himself with like this amazing beard.
Yeah, like Thor.
Exactly. Thor. Perfect example right there. I hope no one comes up with an example of like a guy who doesn't take care of himself and has like this great beard because I'm going to sound like an asshole. But
I don't know. What do you think, Jack?
No, I think you really did nail it. So yeah, there's only so much you can do at 17 in terms of like styling and everything, especially when it's in this early stage. Again, I would continue to just let it grow out. It's going to look a little strange at 17 when the beard does get a little bit thicker because the face ends up looking a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There's that beginning stage where it ends up making you look older, and then as the beard actually forms, you're like, whoa. The face looks young. You know, his face skin's all young, but then here's this beard that we normally associate with like an older face. So it is kind of an odd juxtaposition, but I think it works for a lot of guys if you maintain it. So again, I would please don't make the mistakes that I was making at 17 and not using anything in there. Get some beard oil in there or something, man. Just at the very least, get some beard oil in there. And then make sure that you're brushing and combing it, like you said. Like the horsehair brush is awesome, dude. It's going to wake up the skin, going to help it actually grow in the right direction because beards left to their own devices, man.
Yeah.
They want, you know, you got hair that goes sideways, hairs that go up somehow,
right?
Or you get these little hurricanes that form in your neck that really just don't listen to any reason unless you take on that brushing regimen that will actually help train the hair to grow in the way that you want it to. So, Chris, I hope that helps you, man. Unless you've got anything else to add, dude.
No, man. I think I was just going to comment on the style, but. You're right. I think he might just be getting out of school, so there's a school uniform in there. But
yeah, man,
I dig the polo and the pullover. Keep yourself warm and keep on growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep on growing, buddy. All right, let's go on. And I think we've reached our 30-minute time mark. So I'm tempted to do one more. Do you want to do one more?
Let's do one more.
Let's do one more. Let's do one more quickly. Let's do one more.
One more time.
Yeah, one more. All right. Who do we have here? Well, I promise we will get to our special topic. If we need to go like 5 minutes over, we're fine.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
I charged up the camera. We're all good.
This is
David.
How
you doing, David?
On my mic.
Oh.
Who is it, Josh?
No, just yell really loud.
This is David.
David. Hey, David.
Hi, David.
Hey, David. Welcome to the Power Hour.
Oh, boy. David.
The last style consultation of the day, we'll start calling it the Power Hour.
The Power Hour.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I am 33 and I'm going for my year, but I want to look good doing it.
Okay.
I don't know what shape to make my beard. I'll send more pics. So he's in a bunch that I'll show you guys. I only put one in the stream for ease of use. But yeah.
Did he attach pictures of trees?
No.
I saw that like bottom thing. I'm like,
okay.
He's
a 33-year-old stay-at-home dad
due
to being medically retired from the Army.
Cool.
Just wanted to ask what I should be doing with the beard. All options are on the table. I usually shave my head and want to know what shape and how long I should let it go.
Okie doke.
It being the beard.
Yes. Okay. So, Sylvester, will you describe our friend David, and I will take on the style consultation at the beginning.
Yeah, so David in this photo is wearing a black ball cap, and this is a baseball hat, style hat, so it's not like our circle beard hat.
No, it is not.
Which is awesome, by the way. And he is, as he mentioned, he is growing out his beard.
Yes, he is.
This is smack dab right in the middle of the process, man. Mm-hmm. You can see where
this is the early part.
Yeah, the cheek line is the pattern in the growth. I think it's similar to Jack's.
It is similar. It actually looks really similar to mine.
It goes to closer to the cheek, and then man, you can see on the neck he kind of gets that whirlwind.
Yeah, it's
that you were talking about.
That's
cowlick,
how mine
right?
grows. Yeah, mine grows all directions. It grows sideways.
But David is pretty fair complexion skin, light skin, blue eyes, but pretty brown hair, brunette colored hair.
Yeah, you see a lot of colors going on in the beard. You see a little, like every once in a while, you see a little white one. There's some black ones, and then you see some brown.
Yeah, and he does have a little bit of salt growing into the beard.
A little bit of salt with that pepper, yeah, man.
Yeah, and wearing a t-shirt. He's probably. What do you think he's looking at, Jack?
I don't know. Maybe he's looking at himself in the reflection or something.
I don't know.
That.
I feel like there might be like a big window there, and he's staring out onto a lake.
I'll tell you, he's got those wicker chairs in the back, so I think he might be in Florida because that's a Florida style right there, man. If I've ever seen it.
But pretty. I think he's got potential, man.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Absolutely. So I love when we get pictures of yurds, like when people want to do their yurd.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, I don't feel like an authority or anything like that. That's like the douchiest thing to say. It's like, I'm an authority on yurds. But now that my yurd series is over, I feel like there's at least I can talk from experience, whereas before it's like, well, I'm in the middle of it. I don't know.
You got it. You successfully did that.
Yeah, exactly. But now that the series is over, I can kind of speak to it a little bit better. So, David, do we remember how long David's been growing so far? Did he happen to mention that? I think it was about a month.
I thought it was a month.
1 month and 17 days.
There you go.
Or was that 117?
That's just 17.
Okay, that's just like 100. That's a weird way to put it. Okay, so he is 1 month and 17 days. We're getting a lot of guys with these like a month and a halves today.
Yeah.
But we'll be quick about this one so we can get into our special topic. So David, with his 1 month and a half of the year, it's actually coming in a lot faster than I was expecting. At 33 years old, this guy's got some serious genetics. So it looks like what David might have done in the past is had like a more straight cheek line that he put in there, and then now he's decided he's going to let it grow in. Remember there was that point in my ear when I was like, well, I'm going to let it grow into my eyeballs now. Yeah. Personally, I don't like that. I like, as I say, the Malakovian version of the ear, where you actually do take care of that. It might fill out, but I'm not a personal big fan of like the really high cheek lines, because what ends up happening is you get this sort of spiderwebby effect on your hair, because I find that, at least with my own experience, it never ends up becoming as thick as the rest of the cheek hair, and you end up getting this sort of weird two-tone thing with your beard where it looks like you tried to fade your beard, but it ended up looking a little weird. Now, I'm not saying that would be the case for David. It might get really thick for him. I mean, for all we can see right now with this month and a half, it's already a really damn thick beard.
Yeah, man. But is your recommendation to clean up the cheek
I would
line?
say clean it up. Okay. If I was in David's position, I would clean it up myself. I don't like the naturalist beard myself on my own face, but if David wants to go for the naturalist, by all means, David, go for it.
Absolutely.
But in his case, I was also going to say, watch that neckline, man, because that thing, I can already see is going to get hairy. No pun intended. I can see that hair is going left and right. And it's going to get wild because it's already, look at how thick it is even just in the month and a half.
Just in the photo, you can see it.
And it looks like it was at a time not there. It looks like he at one point had this beard, just like with the cheek line. And then he decided, okay, now I'm going to grow out the neckline. I don't know if that's what actually happened. I'm only spitballing from what I can see in this picture. But if that is the case, I might lean towards David saying that you should go back into shaving the cheek line or into the neckline. Now, even if it's simple as just running the electric razor over it like I've been doing, that's something that you can do. And as your beard gets longer, and it will, as it gets longer, you don't need to do it as much. And after the beard is covering that spot, just let that neckline, because it's so thick and because it grows so fast, just grow right into the beard. And then that's where you get that full, gigantic, thick look that a beard normally gives you. And that's where you get that square shape that a lot of guys will have when they have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think my thoughts would line up pretty much with that.
Cool. I was trying to speedball that one.
No, good.
But yeah,
that's good. That's a
anything
good
else to add?
No, man. I think it's great. I would just, the sea salt or the salt and pepper, like keep that going. If it were me, I'm a big fan of flowing with your body's natural chemistry.
Yeah.
So if you've been thinking about, man, I'm really not comfortable with this, or it doesn't look right, I would just say grow it out.
Keep on growing
and let it grow and let it. I mean, dude, it's kind of it's the one piece in my mind when you start to get gray in your beard. Yeah. It's one of the things that can help separate you apart from.
Oh, and it looks cool. I really like the look. All right. With that being said, shall we gong David and get on a special topic?
You want to gong?
I haven't gonged anyone today.
You haven't gonged anyone. Give him a gong.
Let me move this microphone out of the way.
Yeah.
And give the worst gong tap of my life.
Yeah,
there we go. Actually, you know what the worst one was? When I knocked the gong off. Oh, I've knocked so many things off in my day. Anyway, or at least during this stream. So, now that we are done with style consultations, again, guys, don't forget we still got the giveaway going on for about 6 more minutes. So, if you're watching this live, please go down there and fill that out, because we'll be calling out some names in about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Give or take. And now, man, let's get into some special topics.
Let's do it. What are we talking about today?
Today is, the 27th? Today is the 27th of November.
We're getting to the end of No Shave November.
We're in the finish line.
This is at the finish line already.
Now, we already touched on this a little bit at the very beginning of the podcast /live stream, but I don't think we really, delved into it too deep. So what's happening is a lot of guys are using this time, No Shave November, as a time to either grow out their first beard or take on the challenge to grow a beard that they haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
And now that they're approaching this 30-day mark, what do? Do you pick up the razor and do you shave it all off, or do you keep on growing? That's where the question comes in. And I've done that before where, I've shaved it all off at the beginning on the 31st of October, and then I've grown it all out, and then, December 1st hits and boom, break out the Gillette and I'm done.
December 31st?
December 1st, I take it all down. I've done that in the past where I just take down a beard after No Shave November. I go, okay, I did it.
Cool.
And then I just grow another beard.
There you go.
That's how I used to do it. I would just go over and over in like little cycles.
So talk me through that process, Jack, because again, you were pretty set on when you completed the Yard project. You were pretty dead set on, I'm not shaving for months, or I'm not growing a beard for months.
I was totally ready to go till like March with a smooth face.
And then you decided to do No Shave November, which is awesome.
While I still had the Yard.
Well, yeah, and you went right back into growing a beard.
I went right back into it.
And talk me through the process of that. Like, what was that like for you? What helped you? Like, how do you feel now that you have a beard? It is squared off.
Yeah.
For those who are listening by way of podcast, Jack has taken some maintenance on his beard, and it looks great.
Yeah, it's actually a style I've never tried before. This was done in part by Ricky down at South Austin Barbershop. You can check out that video. We did it last Wednesday. But he dropped down my cheek line lower than I'd ever had it before. Because remember, I used to have my cheek lines really high. And I actually spoke a little bit about this with David's style consultation. I feel like I've seen the light in a way. But we're not going to go about cheek lines all day. But I think there's something really cool to be said about like a cheek line that goes right into the beard rather than like this big disconnected thing. And that's a style that a lot of guys do rock, and they rock it well. But for me, I liked the change. It's nice.
So would you say the benefit for you was, what would you say the biggest benefit for growing the beard and having a beard? And maybe you'll get down to the end of the week and you'll be like, no, I think I'm going to go another 30 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you will do that, but there is a chance, right?
Well, the thing is, like, you got to look at it. I mean, like, we called this one the benefit of the beard, and that that's what it was the benefits of the beard. And that's what I've always been like since I could first grow it. I preferred myself not only stylistically with a beard, appearance-wise, but just health-wise. I noticed when I was shaving, I was either doing something wrong or my skin just doesn't take well to being shaved. My skin feels so much healthier. My complexion just feels so much healthier when I have a beard.
Wow.
And it's one of those things because I don't necessarily know if and this might be true for you and it might be true for someone watching, I find that I take care of myself a lot more when I have a beard. Now, that might be a little bit of an oxymoron because a lot of guys will associate the beard with laziness or, like, oh, screw it, I'll just grow a beard. Right. But that's not what I set out to do when I first started growing a beard. Right. I wanted to grow a beard and I wanted to take care of it.
So do you feel like it challenges you to be a little more intentional?
It really does. And, when I don't have a beard and when I didn't have one for that short period of time between the Yard and what I have now, I felt like I felt like a piece of me was gone, Now the beard itself, but just like part of my routine, I've been doing this thing for a year, taking care of this thing meticulously, whether or not it showed in the camera or not, meticulously every single morning, oiling it, washing it in the shower, combing it, and at the very end of it, using that heated brush. And that was cathartic, and I liked that. And there was something about it because I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, a beard teaches a man patience and it teaches a man discipline.
Yeah.
If he sets out to do it that way.
Definitely.
Would you find that for yourself? I mean, I see that you have some intentionality with your growth. You have the intentionality with the mustache. You have the intentionality with, that 90-day mark.
Yeah. I got down to the end of the month of October. So after Halloween. And decided I was going to just kind of clean up a little of the stray hairs. Yeah. And this entire month, I have absolutely regretted it.
You've been playing catch up.
Yeah, it's like it set me back a little bit. But to your point about having patience and it requiring patience and it requiring time and it requiring some intentionality.
Yep.
There's certain days, especially when I'm eating a burger or eating something like some queso and some chips.
Yep.
That I end up getting that like in my mustache, and holy hell, dude, when I floss my teeth, sometimes I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to get that hair in there, and
it's brutal.
But at the end of the day, I'm not going to go and shave it off.
Yeah, no, it's just part of the, that's part of the life.
Trim it up. It's just a part of the process of growing as a person.
Yeah.
Growing your beard, obviously. But even beyond that, growing as an individual, growing as a person, it teaches you patience. It teaches you how to be accepting of the process, right?
Yeah, it teaches you to sort of accept yourself
in
a way, because it's going to show imperfections,
Yeah.
Whether it's slower growth in certain areas or no growth in certain areas, for our guys with patches.
Yeah.
And that's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of guys.
It is. And, I think one of the biggest benefits in my mind for having a beard or growing out some type of facial hair is the opportunity to change up your style or elevate your style to a completely different level. I mean, you can do that with a piece of clothing. You can do that with a nice pair of boots or an accessory like a hat.
But the beard is always there.
Growing a beard or growing a mustache or styling that, taking time to style that really can help elevate your style and take it up to another level and really change your look completely. Yeah. But this also doesn't just go for the beard, Jack. In my mind's eye, it also goes for guys who decide to shave.
Yeah, no, that's something that is completely up to them.
It's completely up to them, and some guys like that smooth face, and that's totally cool because that's your style. But I think that if you want to elevate your style or change up the style, then you can grow a mustache, or you can grow a beard, or you can grow a Van Dyke.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of guys get caught up on, oh man, I gotta have a full beard, or I gotta have a full,
everyone wants the Viking beard,
or a natural beard, or I've got to have it really nice and long, and that's all fine, and it has its place.
It does,
but I don't think it can't be, the pendulum can't be swung all the way
I think the beard is so much more than that.
The beard is more. It offers you an opportunity to change your style. And again, I've been saying this, but I had some notes here.
I did too. I was going to pull that up. Can we actually stop for just a second?
Yeah.
You want to call out the first winner?
Oh, hey, we got it. It's already 45.
Yeah, no, we're flying, man. So we're going to keep this going. I like this topic because I think this is something that we should speak to. We will answer some questions. Don't worry, people. But let me... let's call it that first winner. Again, they do not have to be here. We'll just tag them in the chat if they're here or not, whatever. But we'll send them their gift card after the stream. All right, who's our first winner?
First winner is Argon Senior.
Argon Senior.
What's up, Argon?
Congratulations to our first winner, Argon Senior. Should we gong him?
Let's gong him.
Let's gong him. You go with that gong. I gonged the last one. All right, and then Randa, if in 5 minutes you would just throw something at us and say okay, we're gonna do the next one. All right.
Deal.
So. Did you want to read from that note?
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay, so what I was going to say is, what's interesting is we spoke to the fact that everyone wants the big beard and everything, but at the same time, what's kind of cool about the beard is, like it or not, a beard is not the norm. And that might not be necessarily true for where you live, but at least here in America, like for us. You don't see the majority of guys with beards. It's not the normal thing to have.
Yeah, well, I think it's starting to become more.
It's more widely accepted, and you definitely see it more in the mainstream. But if you want to put it in black and white terms, it is not the normal thing to have a beard, right?
It's true, man.
Yeah.
When I started out the No Shave November this month, I implored the help of 5 guys.
Yeah.
And one guy got to November 1st, and he said, "Hell no, I'm not in."
No dice.
He's like, "No dice."
Okay.
And then another friend of mine had to, for work purposes, ended up having to shave.
Okay. And that happens.
And that happens,
Thank God
and then
it's never happened
another
to me.
friend absolutely was like, "I'm not doing it."
Just didn't want to.
Just didn't want to do it. Okay. So I ended up, I'm down to 2 friends of mine.
Okay.
One, a really good friend of mine in Michigan, and another friend of mine is my dad.
Oh, there you go, man.
So, yeah, my dad is growing out his mustache.
I tried to get my dad to do it.
Did he? And he said no?
Just couldn't do it. He's like, not my position, bud.
But when you say that it's not as accepted, you're right. I mean, there's 5 examples. 3 out of the 5 guys that I talked to said no.
Yeah, they just said either for work or for personal preferences or just because they think they can't grow it.
Yeah.
And so
and that's okay.
It's not like an elitist thing I'm trying to get across. I'm just saying there is a sort of differentiator when you grow a beard. You do sort of become part of this community that, it's like, as much as people want to bag on it, it's like, oh, it's the bearded community, like they're all mean or whatever, or obsessed with themselves. But it's like an instant thing that you can relate to people about because it's not the norm, because it's this thing that okay, now you're part of this little group that you can talk to people about. I mean, hell, that's what the Alliance kind of started out as. Like, a bunch of men who had intentionality with their life.
Yeah, and if you're watching this for the first time, or if you're listening to this for the first time, this is called the Alliance Show.
Yeah, we have a reason for that.
And the Alliance is a private community of guys who love talking about beard style, hairstyle, and attire style. But beyond that, enjoy going through the process of becoming the best version of yourself. We have a tagline here at Beardbrand called "Keep on Growing."
Absolutely.
Grow your beard, grow your hair. Or shave your beard,
it's on
shave
you.
your head, whatever.
Yeah.
But beyond that, take the time to invest in yourselves. I haven't said this in a little bit of time, but guys are constantly pouring into everything around their lives, their businesses, their families, their spouses, their girlfriends, their friends, and what have you. And they rarely take an opportunity to take.
Yeah, they don't seem to take that time to take care of themselves. That's self-care.
Yeah, and if you want more information about the Alliance, check out the link in the description and come join us. Come be a part of the conversation.
Absolutely. Are we ready for winner
What's
number
up?
2? Oh, we got a cameo.
We've got a special guest.
Speaking of Beardbrand and the Alliance and everything, look who's here.
Do they call it cameos because you're on a camera?
Actually, I actually don't know why they call them cameos. That actually might be partly why. I wouldn't be surprised. What do you have in your hands right there? What are those? It's a secret? No one can know right now?
Yeah, when I come in to choose the last winner, I'll
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So we're actually ready for winner number 2 right now.
For winner number 2.
All right, winner number 2 is Steven Anderson.
Steven Anderson. Oh, wasn't he right from the beginning? Was waiting for this to start. That's awesome.
He might have. What's up, Steve? Congratulations,
Congratulations, Steve. I will give you a gong. All right. So to wrap up our special topic, and we'll try and get some questions and answers in here before we leave. I just think that there is benefits to the beard.
There is.
There really is, and it's not this fad, and it's not this thing where people just go like, okay, I'm gonna grow a beard, and you really can look at it like that, like, okay, yeah, it is just hair. But I think if you want to put some intentionality into it and you want to put some effort into it, there really is more to it than that. You have this automatic group of a community that you can go into it. You've got that discipline that it teaches you. You've got that patience that it teaches you. And you've got this new sense of style that maybe wasn't there before. I mean, the example that I like to use is, a lot of guys, they don't have the strongest jawline in the world, right? And with the beard, that can be accomplished. That's what I used to do when I was younger. I was like, oh, there we go. Nice, sharp jawline right there.
Yeah, I think my last takeaway or contribution to this conversation really is that one style doesn't fit all.
No, it doesn't.
With a beard.
No.
You can, like we were kind of talking about earlier, there seems to be like this pendulum of like, oh, you got to have the big beard.
Yeah, you don't have it all or you don't have anything. Or
why
shave it off.
Why is he a part of Beardbrand? He doesn't have a beard.
Exactly.
The thing is that if you choose to grow your beard or grow your facial hair, you have an opportunity to change your style, give yourself a new look, maybe completely change. I mean, look at guys. I don't know if you know who Chris Pine is, right?
I know good. Yeah,
Chris Pine can rock a very clean shave.
Yeah,
but then when he grows his beard out, man, it's like. It's kind of like yours. It like goes up to his.
There's some interesting.
Eyeball.
Yeah, he's got an interesting growth pattern.
And it just offers him the opportunity to change up a look. And if you've got gray hair or salt and pepper hair, rock it, man.
Yeah,
if you grow the mustache, and that's really the only place you can grow, like the strongest areas of growth, then grow that and change your look, and then change it up again and shave it off.
Absolutely. So as we approach the final 3 days of No Shave November, and you guys, consider shaving off this new beard that you've just grown, if you've grown it out, or hey, if you're just starting now, or you've had a beard forever, just kind of take these things into consideration. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Good deal. All right.
We're going to take some questions?
Take some questions. Did we have any that came in earlier, guys, that you were able to grab? Or should we just take a look at the chat right now and see what we can do? All right, so let me have a look at this chat. If we want to get that graphic up, they can tell people to get some questions in here. Let's see. Seeing a lot of people that are regular in here. That's awesome. I actually did my best to not look at the comments this time, which is really nice for me. I'm usually so caught up in trying to see, like, oh, is everyone enjoying it? Is everyone having a good time? But today, I'm really glad that we were able to dedicate this time to really just kind of you and me talking. And that was nice.
That was great.
I like that topic. That was a good one. Next week, we'll talk about body grooming. The other part. I swear I still get messages like, hey, are you ever going to do more of the body hair videos?
That's awesome.
Yeah. It is something that we need to talk about. Man, we need to talk about the shoulder hair video, I'm telling you.
Below the other beard.
Ugh. I feel like no one talks about shoulder hair though, man. Is that just like taboo? Does no one have shoulder hair? Am I the only man on the earth that has shoulder hair?
No.
I don't have shoulder hair.
You know what?
You aren't the only man.
Actually, over my vacation, I was watching The Godfather with my family, and James Caan's character is wearing a tank top at this part, and he's got the wildest shoulder hair. Nowhere else. It's a little bit on the chest, but then it's like just shoulder hair. I'm like, there's my idol, my role model right there.
Awesome.
Awesome. Sorry, I completely forgot to look for questions. Did you guys see any? Here we go. I've got one right here, unless you have one. Okay, Jack, where's the whale? It's on my hat, dude. How to deal with scars on the face, chin, where no beard. Oh, so okay, actually, you know what? I did see a question like this on a YouTube video yesterday. Okay. So this gentleman, he had a scar on his chin, right? And when, as the scar tissue forms, sometimes the beard just doesn't grow in that spot.
I saw that yesterday.
He was wondering, like, well, what do I do? Do I just not grow a beard? Mm-hmm. And so what I said to him is like, what I've noticed is I would treat it in the same way that I would treat a beard patch, right? You either find a style that works without that part of it, or you continue to let it grow out, let that be something that it's part of your beard to make it unique. And eventually, as the hair gets longer, you might be able to just cover that up.
Yeah.
If you want to, but I think part of it looks kind of cool.
I think it looks great, man.
Yeah.
I think if you've got a scar and you can't grow, I say rock it.
Yeah, I would say let that be part of your beard. That's unique.
Let it be part of your style. Let it be part of your character. It's definitely, and you may not feel as confident to talk about that, but my hope for you would be that you would be able to use it as a conversation piece and just talk about it, man, and encourage somebody else to find their identity and grow with you.
It's not exactly the same, but it's in that similar vein as what we talked about earlier, the whiteness in someone's beard. If they're getting that gray or they're getting that white, don't necessarily just reach for some dye to dye that out. Now, of course, you're always welcome to do that, but I think it adds character. I think it adds something to it.
I agree, 100%.
I think there's something a lot to it. Okay, are we ready to call out winner number 3? Ready? Would you like to call it out, Eric?
So Eric's going to call out winner number 3 for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are we going to do this?
Do I kick one of you all out?
Yeah, here, come take my spot.
Here, get one in. I want to make sure All right. The winner is John Harris.
John Harris.
Winner, John Harris. It's your lucky day. Right? Is he in here? Does that matter anymore? That doesn't matter anymore. Oh, geez.
But if he is in here, John, say what's up so we can so everybody can give you a congratulations and a virtual high five.
Can I go on like a little rant?
Yeah.
I like rants.
Let's rant.
So, if you guys didn't know, I've been out in Copenhagen a couple weeks ago, and then last week I was in South Carolina and been traveling a bunch. So I've kind of been missing like everything that's going on with the live stream. So if you guys talked about this, it's not because, because I thought it could be done better. It's because I just missed it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So anyways, all right, y'all. Here's the deal. This is our shampoo, right? And this is our conditioner. And these products, it's easy to say they're amazing. They're amazing. But I want to talk about like shampoos and conditioners because the chances are you guys have been using your shampoo and conditioner forever.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't think about it. You buy whatever. And when you grew your beard, you took the time to research and learn about it. But chances are with your head hair, your hair care, you didn't do any of that. Right. You're just like, here's what I'm doing. So anyways, shampoo and conditioner, like 99% of products that you'll find out there have silicones in them.
Right.
And let me get this straight. Like silicones aren't inherently bad. Like they're not bad for you. They're not going to like give you cancer. They're not like a hormone disruptor or anything like that.
It's good to know.
Yeah. So when we say our products don't have silicones in it, it's not because it's necessarily bad. It's because we think there's a better way.
Right.
And what happens is, imagine like my arm is a hair, and then the silicone comes in, and your hair looks all ratty. It's all damaged up. So you go on, you get a product that has silicones in it. It wraps that hair, right? So you got this wrapping motion. And it's great. The silicone's great. It makes your hair look beautiful.
Feels great.
Yeah, it looks shiny and wonderful. But here's the problem. This silicone's like, ooh, I love this hair. I ain't getting off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The silicone is not getting off on its own. It needs help to get off.
Mm-hmm.
So like anything that needs good help, you need like a good rubbing, right? So what happens is you'll get a really harsh shampoo that rubs it really good, and it will remove the silicone from the hair. But in addition of removing the silicone, it's removing all the natural oils. It's like drying the heck out of your skin, your scalp. So it's just like, it's like dropping a nuke on your hair. And then all of a sudden your hair and your head's like, boom, what the heck just happened to me?
Yeah.
And it's looking all frizzy. It's looking all crazy. And it's like, I need some of them silicones to make my hairs look good again.
Yeah.
So what happens is you start this cycle of like damaging the heck out of your hair with these like over cleansers, and then using a silicone to get it kind of back to the natural state.
It becomes thirsty.
Right. Yeah. So like everything we do, we believe like your body's pretty dang good at doing what it should be doing. So that means like we want to develop and formulate products that highlight that. So this shampoo and conditioner was created with that in mind.
Yeah.
So what we've done is our shampoo is a gentle cleanser, right? No silicones, no SLSs, no parabens, all that good stuff that we believe in. So it's not going to completely nuke your hair.
Yeah.
And then what we've done is we found this incredible ingredient that I don't think many, if any, other companies are using. They're all going the silicone routes because silicones are cheaper and they're easier, and it's just like proven technology. So what we've done is we found this shea-based product that are essentially what's called microbeads. So what it'll do is it'll find like your damaged hair. Like you got a little pit here, and it'll come in, and those microbeads will fill it up. Or if you have like a split end, it'll come in, and it'll drop these little beads in there. And then what happens is as the hair dries, it acts as a glue. So it's going to start to bring the hair together, and it's going to give that appearance of a fixed hair, right? So if you've got damaged hair from all the like harsh stuff you've been using in the past, makes it look good. Now it's not healing it. Your split end's always going to be a split end. The only way to solve that is to cut it off, but it's going to give the appearance of it looking good, similar to a silicone. Yeah. Now here's where it gets beautiful though, right? The silicone can just like has to have that harsh wash to take it off. But with this product, you can throw some water on it, rinses right back off. Nice. So you don't need that super harsh shampoo that's coming in and just like nuking your hair. So if you care as much about your beard as you do your head hair, and maybe you're not bald like Sylvester or Artie, then I want to consider you guys like thinking about this product. Yeah. And I know they're little, and everyone's going to talk about how little the bottles are, but there's another decision behind that is when you use smaller bottles, you'll go through this in like a month or 2 months, something like that. The beauty with that is you need less preservatives in there to keep it. So when you go and you go to whatever XYZ company and they've got that 16 fluid ounce bottle of shampoo, and it's going to last you like a year and a half. Well, they know that. So they formulated something that's just loaded up with preservatives, so it'll last for 2 years in the shower in a hot, wet, damp environment.
Yeah. And a lot of guys don't realize that.
No, it's just like, it's bigger, it's going to last forever. Well, they're like these are water-based products. Like stuff loves to live in water. Like water is the key to life. Like
so if it was a bigger bottle, chances are you end up putting shit in your hair.
I mean, there's maybe not, right? I mean, but what we do and our strategy to have, less preservatives in there, which have been proven, like the higher percentage of preservatives you have in a product, those are dangerous ingredients. Those are the ones that are going to disrupt your hormones, and those are ones that you want to have as little exposure to as possible. So like the companies that are producing these like 32 ounce shampoos that are going to last, I mean, like
forever.
Yeah. Like 2 or 3 years. Like, man, imagine what kind of stuff they got to put in there.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was my rant. So I know I took it over, but I'll let you come back in and Jack.
That's good, man. Dropping some knowledge on us. On the Beardbrand shampoo and conditioner.
Educational cameo.
If you are listening or if you missed it, we did launch our Beardbrand hair shampoo and conditioner. Now, it's not to be confused with beard wash or beard softener.
Totally different.
Completely different. Formulated specifically for your hair, on your head.
Yep.
And yeah, man, my dad, I gave some stuff to my dad, and he loves it. And he's got head hair, and I shaved mine down. So
right on. All right, guys. So with that being said, congratulations to our 3 winners. Thank you to everyone who joined us. Thanks to Eric for stopping by. Thank you to Josh and Randa for running the stream. Sylvester, always good to be back, man.
Yeah, man, it's good to be here and have you back.
Absolutely. So that being said, guys, why don't we put a pin in it until next week, all right?
Let's put a pin in it.
And hey, you guys keep on growing.
Keep on growing.
See ya.